Today is our last day here in Spain, and we pretty much explored all the major parts of the city, except for one place, which is the park. If you haven't noticed, almost all the cities in the world has a park or parks, and Madrid is no exception. I found out that the most famous park here is called the Retiro Park, and we're going to explore it and hopefully go to a museum along the way. But first, as we walk towards the park, we're going to have breakfast, and we spotted this place. I thought this place is a cafe, but it's actually a bar, and it serves different kinds of sandwiches for only $1. Yes, $1. I haven't even seen the sandwiches yet. I already like this place. So this is the salmon. I ordered a salmon sandwich, and then right next to it is the ham. They put some tomatoes in there. I mean, there's not a lot of ham. And then this is supposed to be calamares, but it's black, so I'm not quite sure how to make of this. It's most likely squid ink. And then they threw in some chips in the middle. I'm gonna go with the fries first. This is a chip. Let's see. Just your regular chips. So the first thing I'm gonna try is the jamon. This is like ham. See? This. It's cold inside, and the bread is really crunchy bread. I can't taste the ham. And then I'm gonna try the salmon right here. This looks like a good sized salmon. Well, actually no, it's just like it's just sticking out. It's just one piece. Oh, it's smoked. Wow, that one's good. Should order like 3 of those. By the way, these are like $1.50. You can try it. And then the next one, the last one is the supposed to be the calamares. It has some kind of mayo in there. It's black. I don't know about this. Oh my god. That is squid. But oh man, I really like this. Yeah, it's like the spaghetti that we ate yesterday. I like it. All in all, this dish and the coffee, this is like $5.90, like almost like close to $6. We just noticed that there's like mayo in there or cheese. It's really, really good. So we ordered more of the salmon because it's really, really good. If you're ever gonna be in Madrid, go to this place. It's really affordable, and the sandwiches are really, really good. The thing that I like about this is that it has some cheese underneath, right there. I like it. There's like cream cheese underneath. I'm not sure what kind of cheese it is, but it really gave the smoked salmon some added flavor. It was really good. I was planning on trying out some more sandwiches, but we were just too full, which was good because we're going to do a lot of walking today. But before we hit the park, we thought of checking out this museum. This museum is called the San Bornamisa Museum, named after its founder. It has 1,600 paintings and was once had the second largest collections of artworks in the world. It's located here in the city's main boulevard, and it's part of this thing called the Golden Triangle of Art. It's a famous museum here in Madrid. You should check it out. don't know where the line is. Is this the line? I'm not sure if this is the line. So the museum opens at 12 and it's only 11 o'clock right now. We should just go to the park. Maybe later we're gonna come here. We didn't know why the museum opened so late. Well, we found out later why. But since it's still closed, we decided to walk across the street and see another museum. As we crossed this street, we passed by this fountain in the middle of this roundabout. This place is actually called the Plaza de Canovas del Castillo. The Fountain of Neptune, or Fuente de Neptuno, was designed by Ventura Rodriguez and was sculpted by Juan Pascual de Mena in white marble. The sculpture is of Neptune, the god of the sea, holding a trident while riding a carriage pulled by two creatures. It was created between 1780 to 1784. The fountain sits in the middle of this square, surrounded by famous hotels and landmarks. It's part of the project commissioned by King Charles III to modernize the city. By the way, this is one of the most popular fountains here in Madrid, and it's said to be really beautiful at night. We can't go in there. It's like in the middle of the street. I wish we could go next to the fountain itself, but it's like a roundabout, and we can't go there. There's no way to get there. And it's all water all over, so we're just gonna go head to the park right now, which is here somewhere. Actually, where we're headed here, this is the Prado Museum. As you can see, it's under some kind of construction, but this museum is one of the most visited art museums in the world. It prides itself on having one of the largest collections of European art, with 7,600 paintings from famous artists, both Spanish and international. And they're fixing it. It's kind of frustrating. In Europe, every October, that's the time that they fix a lot of stuff, because it's an off season. People don't really come in October, but that's why it's kind of cheap to go on a vacation when it's October in Europe. But that's just the museum though. And over there, I don't know, we found some kind of a, what is that, like a palace or something? It looks like a church, so we're gonna go check it out right now. We're going to that place right there. Looks like a cathedral. So we decided to check out that church first and visit the Prado Museum in the afternoon. That's after we explore the park. This church is called Parroquia San Jerónimo el Real, or the Church of Saint Jerome the Royal. It's a Catholic church from the 16th century, completed in 1505. This church originally began as a Hieronymite monastery, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But Hieronymites, if I'm not mistaken, are a Catholic cloistered religious order run by hermit monks. Anyway, the church had numerous restorations throughout the years and now stands as one of the parish church here in the district of Retiro, and it sits right next to the Prado Museum. We're gonna go check it out. I think it's free. We can go inside, right? Go check it out. That's what it looks like inside here. Cathedrals here in Europe is really nice. As you can see, the church's interior is not that big. It contains sculptures and paintings by known artists, and it's decorated with neo-Gothic lamps and stained glass windows. I don't know if that is real gold. All these things. It looks like it's real gold. Well, if you know history, Spain had a lot of gold before. It actually gets more impressive as you get closer, and I'm not really sure if those are real gold, because I read somewhere that they use wood and they painted it to resemble gold. But even if you're this close, you still wouldn't be able to tell. It just looks like real gold. This thing is huge. As we look around this church, I was thinking of actually going to the Prado Museum, but we decided to stick with our plan and go to the park. The harpsichord right there. Do you see the light coming from the glass window, or like the
stained glass.
yeah, the stained glass windows? Looks really nice. So this is the Paseo de Prado. It's like a long strip that goes straight to the some kind of a landmark over there. But the thing is, notice this right here. This is the monument to the fallen for Spain, famously known as Obelisco. It's a monument to all those who gave their lives for Spain. It was actually built on the very spot when the order was given to execute people after the 2nd of May uprising of 1808. But anyway, we're gonna proceed to the Paseo del Prado because that's our route. Paseo del Prado is one of the main boulevards and the oldest city street in Madrid. The street is lined up with trees and is about 600 meters long. It connects the Plaza de Cibeles and the Plaza de Atocha, along with the Plaza de Canovas del Castillo, which is where the Fountain of Neptune is located. We're just on the corner street. We should be walking in there, but I don't know, it's just like it looks like it's just like a little nice walkway. Like it goes up and down from over there. Back there. But we are gonna go move forward to the Plaza de Cibeles. This plaza has become one of the most iconic places here in Madrid, and right on the center is the Fountain of Cibele, or Cibele, and surrounding it are buildings such as the Cibele Palace and the Bank of Spain. Oh, and I also found out that if Real Madrid wins a championship, this place is where both fans and players gather and celebrate. We were here yesterday when we went to the bull ring. We passed this one right here, but we're gonna go that way some more and see more landmarks. This is called Puerta de Alcalá. It's a monumental gate built in 1778 and regarded as the first modern triumphal arch in Europe. The arch actually reminds me of the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, but bigger, and a mix of the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. But instead today we're gonna go right here on this side. Well, finally, right across the arch is one of the entrance to the El Retiro Park, which is the park we're going to. So this is the park. Parque del Buen Retiro, or Retiro Park, is one of the largest parks in Madrid. This park features a lot of statues, fountains, a palace, museum, and probably the most significant of all is the monument of King Alfonso XII, which overlooks a lake. Well, this park formerly belongs to the Spanish monarch since its creation in 1680, and it only became public sometime in the late 19th century. So this is the Fountain of the Galapagos. Fuente de los Galapagos, or Turtle's Fountain, was built in 1832 to celebrate the birth of Isabella II. That's why it's also called Isabella II Fountain. It was moved here in 1879 from the Gran Via. This park is really big. It's about 350 acres. It has multiple walkways that leads you deep inside the park. It's a good thing we had GPS, because it'll be hard to find our way around this park. So instead of going straight to the lake, which is in the middle of the park, we first decided to go around and see other things we can find. This is supposed to be the monument of Galicia, it says. Doesn't look much of a monument. It's like it's just a cross of someone, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's Jesus. But this could be, actually this could be the monument right here. I'm not sure. It's a shell. Here, let me get on top of it. It's a big shell. I don't know if the English word of Galicia is shell, but this is the monument of Galicia. It's a big shell. This whole thing's a big shell where I'm standing at. I couldn't find anything about this monument in the internet, but I looked up Galicia, and it's actually an area off the northwest coast of Spain. Galicia is full of history. They even have their own language aside from Spanish. Anyway, it sounds really amazing, but this monument still confuses me because I don't know what it signifies. It's a nice path that goes all the way to this guy right here. Okay, so this place is called Casita del Pescador. I actually don't see that name here, but according to my map, oh no, not yet. This is not the spot, sorry. Okay, I'm not sure if this is the Casita del Pescador right here, because I don't know really what that means in English. It could be this one or it could be that one right here. So we're gonna check out that one. That right there, I'm stupid enough not to know, is actually Casita del Pescador. It's a small cottage surrounded by an artificial pond, which was built by King Ferdinand VII. You know what? I think it's that one right there. You see a whole bunch of people taking pictures of it. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. Clearly says from that it's Ruinas de San Isidro. This is called Ermita de San Playo y San Isidro. It's a ruined church originally from the city of Avila in Spain. It was moved here to Madrid and placed inside this park. You know, it's not clear as to when this church was built, except for some documents and relics dating back to 1062. The most interesting part of this whole thing is that dog right there. But yeah, it's just basically a ruin. Nothing really special about it. Okay, so this is the monument for Cuba, or the Cuban monument here in Madrid. It's one of the landmarks on my travel app that I'm using, by the way, which is very awesome. Without that app, we'll probably get lost. And I also have GPS on that app, so it's really, really awesome. It tells you pretty much all the landmarks everywhere on Earth. So if you guys are gonna travel, just ask me. Somebody watches my video, because really nobody watches my video. I only have like 59 subscribers, and I got one in London. Like he kind of was forced to subscribe to my channel, but this monument is just basically to recognize the Cuban history and the richness of its land. It's a boat. Isn't that a boat? I don't know what that symbolizes or what that means. No, these guys right here. You see it? Those women. And also the boat. So this is the monument of General Martinez Campos. Looks like he went to Africa, because it says Africa right there, in 1859 to 1860. So he was only there for a year. But this is one of the monuments here. This park is called Jardines de El Bueno Retiro. So it's the park of, or gardens of the beautiful Retiro. That's what it says right here. Right on this spot is the fountain of Sardana, or in Spanish it's Fuente de la Sardana, and I'm assuming that's the fountain right there. Let's see, but I don't know, there's no water. It's not really a fountain. Fuente? It's Fuente fountain? It is, right? It's just a nozzle where you can you know, it's like a, what do you call that? Fuck, I don't even know what's that called anymore. It's a faucet. There you go. I'm not quite sure what this is for, but it's like a faucet for water. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go straight there, because that's where you can take a boat ride in the park. It's an actual pond in the middle of the park. So this is the monument of Alfonso the 13th. She just asked me what he did, and I have no idea. That's something I have to Google when I get back and edit all this video out. But this is really beautiful. Look at this. Wow. Although the water is green. Look at all these people. So this is the monument to King Alfonso XII. Of course, it's a tribute to the king himself, who ruled Spain from 1874 to 1885. Although he had a short life of 27 years and a short reign as king, he was still revered by the people and was able to establish peace in Spain as well as abroad by regulating finances and administration that helped the country to move forward. Oh my god, there's a fish down there. They're huge. Oh man, they disappeared. There's a big ass fish. There they are. I don't know what kind of fish they are, but they're huge. I read somewhere in the internet that this fish here are giant groupers and you're allowed to feed them. So the monument opened in 1922 in front of this man-made pond. It took more than 20 sculptures just to build the statues in this monument. It's made of bronze and marble with King Alfonso on the top mounted on a horse. Speaking of statues, there are all sorts of different kinds of statues here with their own meaning. And the monument is half enclosed by these pillars. This is definitely the most significant and important monument here inside the park. This is designed by Jose Gracias Riera, who in 1902 won the national contest to design King Alfonso's monument. Sadly, he died before it was completed. And no, King Alfonso wasn't buried here. I wonder if he was buried in there. There's a possibility that he might have been buried in there. This is the front part of it. The name is actually right there. It's really nice here to just chill out, you know. We'll just hang out. It's really cool. We're just kind of chilling out here, enjoying the view. This is what I'm looking at right now. I'm actually thinking about renting a boat, but it's kind of hot. Is she riding a lobster? She's riding a lobster, huh? You see the statue?
Yeah.
So we ended up not renting a boat. We just hung out a bit and continued on and passed by this. It's the monument to Santiago Ramon y Cajal, who was a Spanish neuroscientist and the first Spaniard to win the Nobel Prize in Psychology and Medicine in 1906 for his work on the structure of the nervous system. I have no idea who that person is. I don't know who he is, but it's one of the landmarks here. Some guy actually took a shower. We're gonna head that way now. This fountain is called the Fuente de la Alcacofa. So the fountain of Alcacofa. It is found right center of the street here. It was moved here in 1880 from the Paseo del Prado. But this fountain, in English, the Fountain of the Artichoke, is the original. I believe there's a few replicas out there. This fountain is from the 18th century and it's made of limestone. Now, I'm not sure what the fountain represents, but the central column of the statue bears the shield of the city of Madrid. Leaving this area, we ended up here. This is the Velázquez Palace. This palace was built in 1881 and it's used as an arts and crafts gallery or an exhibition hall. Since this park was once a private hunting ground of the royal family, I think this could have been a residence before, and it just became an art gallery when this park became public. I'm not sure. Yeah, now that I think about it, parks don't normally have public restrooms, but I think they should, especially if the park is 350 acres of land. You know, I feel bad about this palace. I'm pretty sure people come here just to use the restroom too. Yep, it is Palacio de Velázquez. I was right. The moment we walked in, there were a lot of people waiting near the restroom. I really had to go, but we're gonna go around because there's a line. I never really understood this kind of art. It's mostly like sketches. And I don't really know who the artist is, but it's mostly like sketches. It's like a weird type of art. I don't know if I can touch it. I don't want to even touch it. But it's weird art. It's modern art, I guess. But we're only here for the restroom. It actually took a while for us to use the restroom because of all the people. Well, after we're done, just outside next to the palace is this restaurant. It's where we're going to have lunch.